Hello guys, welcome to another video. So today I will be discussing a very important topic that I know some Filipinos or most Filipinos can relate to. So this is how to get out of debt and be financially free. I believe that a lot of Filipinos are struggling to get out of debt, and at the same time they wanted to become financially free. So how can we achieve this? If you are that person and you also wanted to know what are the necessary steps that I need to take, what should be the first thing to do? Should I invest now, pay my debt, save now for emergency funds, or get some insurance? So if you are that person, then this video is for you. Hi, this is Steph and welcome to my channel. In this channel, I share my personal experiences in areas of personal finance, self-development, and life learning. So if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like this video, and share this to your friends. Today, guys, I wanted to share to you the simple steps that I am taking towards financial freedom. What is financial freedom? Financial freedom means that your savings, your investments, income from your businesses are sufficient or enough, more than enough, I believe, to cover all the expenses or the life that you wanted to have, that you desire to have. Meaning to say, you are no longer working for money, but money is already working for you. You are not anymore dependent with your day job. Like, it is optional na lang to work. So that's something that I am really working for. But luckily, my finances are pretty much in order. I just wanted to reach that point, like sana. So I hope these simple steps will also help you to reach financial freedom, especially if you are someone who are still buried in debt. I hope this could help you too. So number one, make a decision. I think everything starts with a decision. Like in whatever goal you have, you just need to make that bold decision. If you wanted to get out of debt, make a decision na hindi ka na mangungutang. Like, I will not solve this problem by creating another utang. But instead, you will choose another path. Like, I'll try my best to earn additional income so that I can pay off this debt. Okay, something like that. Make a bold decision. Or I will make a budget para yung finances ko ay hindi siya messy or parang ang gulo-gulo niya. Number two, set your goals. This is important because it is like your game plan. Like, where do you want to go? What are the necessary steps that you need to take to achieve the goals? So, for example, it is not enough that you just say, I wanted to become rich. Yeah, what a big goal. Pero isn't it too scary if ganun siya kalaki na goal agad? Why not break it down into smaller goals, achievable goals? Like, example, like ano ba yung mga steps to get there? You will say, I will create a budget, or I will start investing 1,000 every payday. Something like that. That is achievable. So instead of just saying na I wanted to be rich, it's so unclear. So make it a point that you are so clear with what you want to achieve, and you're also so clear with the steps that you need to take. And ang ano pa nga dyan, guys, is ang ibang ginagawa is may vision board sila, like naglalagay sila ng mga pictures sa something na gusto nilang ma-achieve. So every time you wake up, every morning when you wake up, you look at the vision board, you visualize, you see those things that you wanted to achieve, and you're always reminded to take necessary actions to achieve that. So it's up to you how you set your goals, how you remind yourself to achieve those goals, and the necessary steps that you need to take. And number three, I have discussed this in my previous video, so watch that video, please. So keep track of your finances, meaning to say budget. Why is it necessary to budget? Because this allows you to see where are you in terms of your financial status. Like, overspending ba ako? Marami ba akong expenses na unnecessary? So you keep track of those. You understand your income, you understand your expenses. Do I need to reduce a certain part of my expense so that I can allot more to savings? Okay, so keep track of your finances. Lastly, which I wanted to highlight is you follow the hierarchy of financial needs. Eto na. So ano ba talaga ang dapat unahin? Kung may utang ako, ano ba talaga? So should I invest? Should I save first? Should I have emergency funds or whatsoever? So I have here the financial hierarchy that I am following. So as what you can see, the bottom part is to increase your cash inflow or your income. So I think this is necessary because you cannot proceed to another ladder or another step if you don't have enough income. For example, if enough lang siya for your basic expenses, you cannot proceed with going to emergency funds, going to insurance, going to investment. So basically, work on your income. Find other ways to increase your income. Do not just, if you are just a one source of income earner lang, try your best to have additional income like side gigs or whatsoever just to increase. Lalo na if that income is not sufficient to cover your basic needs pa lang. So that is really necessary. So try your best to increase your income. If it takes for you to enroll in courses, different courses just to upgrade your skill, then do it. Just do whatever it takes for you to increase your income. Second, to those who are into payday loans, please pay this immediately. What are payday loans? So I think familiar kayo dito, mga loan apps that is saying fast approval, no collateral needed, same day approval, 100% safe. Familiar ba siya? So guys, nag-search ako dito and my God, the interest rates are incredibly high, higher than the interest that banks are charging, higher than the interest of credit cards. Gano ka high? Like it's ranging from 0.5% to 1.5% per day. So that is the interest that they are charging. So meaning to say, in 1 year, 0.5% to 1.5% times 365% per day. So that ranges 300% per year. Imagine that. Credit cards are only charging 3% to 5% per month. Imagine. So meaning to say, in a year, it's 36% up something. But these payday loans are really charging high interest rates, like 365% a year. So that's enough reason for you to stay away from this kind of loans. So please lang, if you are this person who are really into this payday loans, kasi madali lang siya, 'di ba? Like one click away, one valid ID lang yata. So please think again. Try your best to pay this immediately, because if not, I guarantee you will become buried into that. And the worst part for this is you will have no peace of mind, because if you default for the payments of this kind of loans, ano bang ginagawa nila? Tumatawag sila sa'yo, like, hindi lang sa'yo, even to your friends or in your contact list, tapos they humiliate you, and they sometimes pretend to be lawyers, to be policemen. So what are they stealing from you? It's your peace of mind. So do you want to have this kind of life na parang naluloka ka every day because of the utang that you created using these payday loans? So I hope you choose not to have this kind of loans. So pay this immediately. Number 3, set up emergency fund. If you notice in the hierarchy that I am showing you, dalawang emergency funds ang nandun. In this portion, the emergency fund that I wanted you to have is enough pa siguro yung 1-month emergency fund. Emergency funds, what are these? From the term itself, emergencies, meaning to say this will cover your unexpected expenses, unforeseen expenses. Kasi nga, emergencies. For example, if you lost your job, so at least meron kang 1 month equivalent of your basic expenses to cover for those needs. Or for example, home repairs. If may nasira sa bahay, like nasira yung stove, kailangan ng electric fan or something, those things that needs immediate action, so you can take that out from your emergency fund. So what are those things that you shouldn't use your emergency funds for? So example, unforeseen travels. Wow, may nag-invite sa'yo. Then, sige, gagamitin ko yung emergency fund ko. No, please don't. These are not used for leisure or for entertainment. You will only use this one if kailangan na talaga. Next is, gusto ko pagsabayin nyo tong dalawa, if possible. Get a health insurance and pay off, if you have credit card debts, pay off your credit card debts. So, health insurance, I am not referring to those health insurance na super expensive, like the comprehensive plan. You know what? I was able to encounter, na-search ko lang dito siya online way back 2019, and this is what I am using. Like the prepaid health cards, they are just so cheap and the coverage is not bad. So for just 1,000 to 3,000 something, you can now be insured for a year, like 60,000 worth of coverage, 80 to 80,000 worth of coverage. It depends. Actually, I'll be creating another video for this, for the prepaid health cards. But if you are watching this video, you can search for those prepaid health cards in the Philippines, which is very affordable. Next is to have life insurance and then also partially pay off your debt. If you have credit card debts, you have what we call house loans. So, if pwede siya pagsabayin, do it. So, life insurance is your protection just in case the unexpected happens. Anong unexpected that I mean? For example, you suddenly die. What happens to if you have children, what happens to your dependents? So, it is good that you have life insurance para protected din yung loved ones mo just in case bigla kang nawala, okay? But I am not referring to, not just yet, I'm not referring to VULs or those investments, those insurance that are coupled with investment. I am referring to life insurance that are purely for protection, like death benefits, because these are cheaper insurance. Okay? Because we are assuming here at this point that you are still struggling with debts. So it does not make sense actually if you have an insurance coupled with investments like VUL at this point, tapos meron kang utang, you still have payday loans, you still have credit card debts in which the interest rates are higher compared to the dividends or the earnings that you're getting from your VULs or your investments. So for example, in your insurance coupled with investment like the VUL, it will earn, for example, 10 to 12% a year. Pero meron kang payday loans na nagbabayad ka ng 365% of interest a year. So it actually does not make sense. So at this point, if you're still struggling with that, choose the cheaper insurance. Just for protection, choose the term insurances. I will create another video for this one, for insurances, VUL versus the term insurance or traditional insurance. You can get VULs, don't get me wrong. It's totally up to you. But there is a right time, a right situation where you can get this. Like, paano ba siya efficiently or effectively nagagamit? Okay? But in this case, I don't suggest. Just get a term insurance. And next is, of course, hopefully you can pay off the remaining debts. Pay off the remaining credit card debts, auto loans, or whatsoever. And next, after paying off your debts, eliminating your debts, set up an emergency fund good for 3 to 6 months. So meaning to say, you actually already created an emergency fund beforehand, right? It's equivalent to 1 month. This time, you will be increasing the amount the coverage, you will be increasing the amount for your emergency fund. So at least have 3 to 6 months. Then if kaya na, increase that to 1 year. So your emergency fund should be equivalent to your 1 month basic expenses. So if you plan to have 3 to 6 months, then multiply it by 3, multiply it by 6, or if you wanted to have 1 year, multiply it by 12. So just have those emergency fund. Next, if you have already allocated portion for your emergency fund, this is the time that you diversify your savings. Like if you plan to save for a house, if you plan to buy something, if you plan to travel or whatsoever, you can do it. Have savings. It is up to you what is the purpose for that savings. So just do it. Save for that specific goal that you have. And lastly, investments and businesses. If you have enough savings, you can now venture to investments and different businesses, because hindi talaga siya, I mean, it does not make sense na uunahin mo yung investments but you still have debts, hindi ka insured, wala kang healthcare, because paano if nagkasakit ka? So mapupunta sa wala yung investment mo. You are going to touch your investments because you do not have a solid foundation to cover those other expenses that you might actually incur. So it is better na later part na ang investments once you establish your financial foundation. So I hope this works for you, because this is what I am personally following. So I don't know how heavy your debts are, but I believe there's really a way for you to get out of it. Okay? The only reason lang I believe na hindi ka na makakawala sa utang na yan is when you give up on yourself, when you give up on the situation. So basically, do not give up on yourself. Try your best, do whatever you can, increase your income, follow the steps that I told you. I think naman somehow makakatulong siya. So later part, i-discuss natin to siya detail by detail. I'll create different videos for this one to emphasize, to give details to the specific steps in the hierarchy of financial needs. But as of today, hanggang dito na muna. Okay? I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you have questions, if you have video suggestions, please place it in the comments section below. I would really love to read those comments that you have. Okay, so I hope you share this to your friends, like and subscribe, and see you in my next video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye!